Your personal statement is your personal introduction to whoever's reading your application, right? So tell them one or two or three, but usually one or two, probably two, stories about yourself that illustrate your personal characteristics. Now, when I say stories, they don't have to be narrative statements that are akin to a Stephen King novel or something like that. This is not, it doesn't need to have narrative flourishes or things like that. But that said, in essence, what you're doing when you tell facts about yourself, you're telling stories. And stories are an extraordinarily powerful way to illustrate who you are persuasively, right? So like if I say to someone, oh, that person is such a jerk, you just kind of have to take my word on it, right? You're like, and we tend to, maybe because you trust me or something like that, you might think that that person is a jerk. But there is, even if you're unaware of it, a certain level of skepticism associated with that. You may not even be aware of it, but it's just sort of like, okay, that's what Ben said. And then you meet the person and they're extraordinarily nice to you, you know, there starts to be this disconnect. But if I told you a story that was largely facts, you know, this person came to my house, they didn't ask to come in, they just came in and they started eating my food and then told me that it was disgusting and left a bunch of dishes on the table. It would start to illustrate things about this person, right? You would start to conjure up like all sorts of characteristics about them without me ever saying any judgmental claims. But you would start to come up with them. So we're trying to do the exact same thing, but in a very, obviously, your strongest foot forward. So you show instances at work, for example, where you encountered a problem, you tackled it and solved it. Focusing a lot on the problem, we're more focusing on what you did about it. And then you don't need to even say, oh, I'm a problem solver, or I'm a critical thinker, or I'm very good at writing or reading, or yada, yada, yada. People just see you solving a problem at work and they start to draw those conclusions for themselves. And then they say, okay, this is the kind of person we want to come to our school and take those same skills and characteristics here and through their career.